Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good night. How is everyone? I hope you're well. I didn't plan to stream today, but I saw this article and this headline, and I was like, I have to talk about this before it becomes old news because this is crazy and insane. So hi, I hope everyone is well. I've got a couple things to share. Um, an article, a follow-up article, and a follow-up to the follow-up, essentially, um, about some crazy stuff that is going on in good old Tranada. So yeah, I am going to share these articles. We'll kind of read them and look at them together. Um, any Peaceful Islanders in here, the link to join is in the Peaceful Island. If you want to come, you are so welcome to. But yeah, I'm going to share these crazy, um, they're all fairly quick little articles, like 4 minutes, 8 minutes. So it'll go relatively quick. And then I'm planning on like just chatting for a bit. I don't know, seeing where things go. You know how it is. Okay, so let's get this shared so that I can see what's what around here. Okay, how does that look? All good, I hope. So, our first little article from the National Post, which is a Canadian national newspaper, the headline reads, Court to decide if Ontario must pay for surgery to make vagina if patient also wants to keep penis. um, like just the headline alone. Yeah. So, a non-binary Ontario resident is locked in a legal battle over public funding for surgery to create a vagina while leaving the penis intact. First things first, I hate when they use that language like create a vagina or they are getting a vagina because no, they're not. They're getting a cavity created, but it's not a vagina. Like, let's be real here and use accurate language. But anyway, let's continue. So, in a lengthy legal battle that could lead to more requests for individually customized and unorthodox gender affirming surgeries, an Ontario resident is seeking publicly funded surgery to construct a vagina while preserving the penis. So, yeah, of course, everyone knows Canada has universal health care, and our taxes pay for everyone to access the health care they need. Unfortunately, these gender-related cosmetic surgeries are not considered cosmetic. They're considered needs. So our publicly funded healthcare systems pay for them. So that's nice. Okay. The case, now before the courts, reflects a small but growing demand for niche surgeries for people who identify as non-binary, meaning neither exclusively female nor exclusively male. This article, by the way, is from April 2nd, so this is very recent. Anyway. To critics, the procedures are risky experiments that illustrate how far off the rails gender affirming medicine has gone and the excesses of consumer driven gender embodiment. Literally. Our public healthcare system is at the breaking point and really needs to focus on procedures that are medically necessary, Pamela Buffone, founder of the parents group Canadian Gender Report, said in an email to the National Post. Yeah. Is this type of surgery healthcare? The patient will not be physically healthier because of the operation, which is likely to result in complications and the need for corrective surgeries and further demands on the health system. Correct. Yeah. Everyone who lives in Canada knows that the backlog for like getting necessary surgeries done is extreme. And meanwhile, this fuckery is happening in Ontario. Good Lord. LGBTQ rights groups say such surgeries can profoundly improve a person's quality of life and reduce the distress and deep sense of unease from gender dysphoria. I bet therapy could do that too. Anyway, healthcare providers shouldn't make assumptions about what care may be medically necessary, EGAL Canada argued in a written submission to the court. I mean, absolutely, yes, healthcare providers should be making assumptions about what care is medically necessary. That is the point of a doctor, to decide what their patients need. Like, what? So we're just going full hentai now. Yeah. Hello, Zeze. Hi, existential, enlightened female, irradiated woman, Ray, Lisa, uh, Tori. Hello, hello, bunch of bananas. Yeah, it's literally a fetish. It's well, and this particular, like, the genital surgery to create a cavity is bad enough as it is, but that this person wants both, like, how much clearer could you possibly be that this is a fetish? Tori says, I implore these people to find actual purpose outside of themselves and how they look. Yeah. Trans surgeries are so barbaric. Yes. Um, there is a subreddit for people who are identifying as trans and who have had surgeries to post photos. Please proceed with extreme caution if you do look at that, because some of the stuff in there is so effed up. Yeah. Okay, so ultimately, OHIP, that's the Ontario Health Insurance Plan, so the publicly funded health. Ultimately, OHIP's interpretation of a vaginoplasty is exclusionary and discriminates against non binary people on the basis of their gender identity, EGAL said. If there's any ambiguity in which should be publicly covered, it should be resolved in favor of the claimant, they said. Good Lord. Yes, Ray, OHIP will be paying for this surgery as they do for all transgender related surgeries. Anyway. As National Post columnist Jamie Sarkanek first reported in September, the case involves 33-year-old KS, as she is identified in court documents, who was born male but now identifies as female dominant, oh God, and uses a feminine name. Ontario's health insurance plan, OHIP, originally denied KS's request in 2022 for funding for a penile-sparing vagina. I'm like so fired up, I can't even. OHIP originally denied KS's request in 2022 for funding for a penile-sparing vaginoplasty, a procedure that isn't available in Canada. Like, is this surgery available anywhere? It's to be performed in Austin, Texas. I also, read that not only do the Canadian Provincial Health Insurance cover all gender-related surgeries, they also have to pay for them if a person chooses to go out of country for their surgery. That's fucked up and crazy. Anyway. According to legal documents, KS argued that to ignore the other third of her and how she presents would be invalidating. There's that word. She is both male and female, not exclusively one or the other, but literally a mix. He is literally nothing but a male. If you want to use the word literally here, he is literally nothing but a man. Oh my God. So OHIP argued that while it may be of medical benefit to KS, a vaginoplasty without penectomy, so removal of the penis, is considered an experimental procedure and isn't listed as an insured service under its schedule of benefits. KS complained to Ontario's Health Services Appeal and Review Board, which overturned OHIP's decision, ruling that a vaginoplasty is among the 11 external genital surgeries listed for public coverage, and that it shouldn't inherently include a penectomy. Good God. OHIP in turn appealed the review board's decision to Ontario's Superior Court of Justice. The case was heard in late February, and we do not yet have a decision. It could still be months. I'm not going to probably go through this whole thing because it's quite long, as you can see. So let's see here. KS argued that forcing a non-binary person to undergo binary surgery would only exacerbate gender dysphoria and be akin to an act of conversion therapy. Holy shit. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. Yeah, the fact that medical establishments are calling it vaginoplasty, as if what they're Frankensteining is anything close or even related to an actual vagina. I know. Okay, anyway, so this was just basically leading up to the decision, but the decision has been made. So let me share this one. Present screen. Okay, so update as of April 12th. The Ontario resident who wants both a vagina and penis wins public funding for unique surgery. A court has ruled Ontario must pay for a penis-sparing vaginoplasty for a person who identifies as neither fully female or fully male. Yeah. Yeah. So Ontario has been ordered to pay for unique surgery for a resident who is seeking to have a vagina constructed while leaving their penis intact. Like, this is so creepy, and like, this is beyond fetishy, right? Like, this is it. This is it. So, denying the procedure would infringe on the person's charter protected right to security of the person, an Ontario court said in its ruling. The unanimous decision, unanimous, by a 3-member panel of judges of Ontario's Divisional Court could expand access to bottom surgery for people who identify as non-binary, meaning neither fully male nor fully female. Can a mod perhaps deal with this person? Let me just deal with. Okay. Let me guess. It wants to use the women's bathroom too. I'm sure. Okay. The Ontario resident, identified in court documents as KS, has been locked in a legal battle with the Ontario Health Insurance Plan since 2022, when OHIP denied a funding request to have a penile preserving vaginoplasty performed at a clinic in Austin, Texas. The surgery, which is not available anywhere in Canada, involves creating a vaginal canal or opening without removing the penis. Okay, but like, the surgery not available anywhere in Canada. I'm shocked that it's available anywhere at all. Like, is that just me? I can't, like, this is the first of its kind I'm hearing of, but apparently it's something that can be done. Wow. KS was born male, but identifies as female dominant and uses a feminine name. Oh my God. OHIP denied his request for funding, arguing that the procedure is not included on its list of sex reassignment procedures and is therefore not an insured service. Can you just imagine being a person who is sitting in your doctor's office, old-faced, talking to your doctor about how you want to have a surgery where you can have both a penis and a vagina? Like, can you just imagine yourself doing that? No. Like, how could a person say those things out loud to a doctor with like a straight face? Like, what? What? Um, anyway, yeah, it's literally a fetish. Mengele stuff, yeah. KS appealed to OHIP's decision to Ontario's Health Services Appeal and Review Board, arguing that forcing him to have his penis removed would invalidate his identity and be akin to an illegal act of conversion therapy. So here you've got this man able to like use because Canada banned conversion therapy, right? Which includes like even saying to a trans identifying person, like, hey, what about therapy? That's considered conversion therapy. And you can't say that to a trans identified person. So, like, he is using these laws for his own benefit now, saying it's akin to conversion therapy to not allow him to have this Frankenstein surgery. Fucking hell, man. Thank you, Lisa. The irony that Frankenstein was written by the daughter of the OG feminist, and now here we are. I know. I almost called this something like Mary Shelley could never have imagined. But yeah. Forced by the medical boards for not removing his penis. I don't know. Anyway, he also worried about the risk of complications in urinary incontinence from the urological rerouting and the risk of orgasm dysfunction. Like, okay, fetish, fetish, fetish. He argued the procedure he is seeking abroad is like standard vaginoplasties performed in Ontario, but without the additional procedure, namely the penectomy. The appeal board overturned OHIP's decision, ruling that a vaginoplasty is among the genital surgeries listed for public coverage and need not inherently include removal of the penis. The board therefore ruled the procedure eligible for public funding. So yeah, Ontarian tax dollars are going to pay for this. Great. No, they're not rerouting the urinary tract. He is keeping his penis, so the urinary tract will stay through the penis. If he were to have it removed in order to have a vaginoplasty, they would then reroute the urinary tract. But he's keeping the penis, so they're not. Oh my God. I can't, like, I feel crazy talking about this. Anyway, just because vaginoplasty is listed as an insured service doesn't mean any type of vaginoplasty qualifies, OHIP argued in court. The court dismissed OHIP's appeal, stating the appeal board was correct to find that vaginoplasty without penis removal is specifically listed in OHIP's schedule of benefits, and because of that, the exclusion for experimental services doesn't apply. Okay. Yeah. The court also said the appeal board's conclusion was consistent with the World Professional Association for Transgender Health, WPATH, oh boy, standards of care, influential guidelines that received a scathing review this week by a massive British report into gender affirming care. That would be the CAS report for anyone who's following that. The WPATH standards expressly refer to vaginoplasty without penectomy as a surgical option for some non-binary people. I'm like, I can't believe this. What world are we living in? This is really shocking to me. Like, this is crazy. While the court said it didn't need to address charter arguments, if there was any ambiguity concerning what should or should not be covered, the review board's interpretation was also consistent with charter values of equality and security of the person, the court added. Okay, we'll just skip a little. Such an interpretation would force transgender, non-binary people like KS to choose between having a surgery, penectomy, they do not want, and which does not align with their gender expression, to get state funding on the one hand, and not having gender-affirming surgery at all on the other. Boo-hoo! Then you don't get the surgery. I mean, that this is happening, that this is being approved, I feel like probably we're not too far off of a person deciding that they were born to be a one-armed person and they therefore need a limb removed. I feel like that's got to just be around the corner now with this being approved. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So OHIP's appeal was dismissed and the province was ordered to pay KS $20,000 to cover their legal costs. It's a significant win for the transgender and non-binary communities, KS's lawyer said. Oh my God. We hope that OHIP decides to accept the decision of the court rather than seeking leave to appeal so that KS can move forward with his surgeries he's been trying to get for years now. The gender affirming surgeries at the Texas clinic range from 10 to 70,000 US dollars that the Ontario taxpayers will be footing the bill for. So there's that. There's that. So, let's see. Is there any comments? I don't know how to, maybe you have to have a, oh, you must be logged in to read the comments. Okay. I don't have an account, so we won't be doing that. But um Joan of Arc, who comments on my channel all the time, and she was streaming with us on Monday evening, she gave me a tip off about another Canadian news site who did a deep dive into this crazy man. So I'm going to share a little bit of that too. Okay, let's see here. So we will share this from Redux, which is a right-leaning for sure news source, but whatever. So let's see here. So non-binary diaper fetishist successfully wins case to have the government fund surgery that will construct him a penis and a vagina. Of course, this is where it is going, right? Like, why wouldn't it? So I guess they found his Reddit account somehow, and he posted this on Reddit. Any other transgender babies, littles who are exclusively attracted to diapers? Come on, this like writes itself. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm not gonna read that because like no, but I mean this is obviously a man. Like look at me. Oh my god. Nessa, this is not satire. This is 100% real. This man sued the Ontario Health Service to get both a penis and a vagina surgery, and he won. Not satire. This is real. So, a trans identified man and diaper fetishist in Canada who identifies as non binary has won his legal case against Ontario Health Insurance Plan to have them pay for an experimental surgery that would leave him with both a penis and a neovagina. Ontario taxpayers will now be forced to spend up to $70,000 flying him to Texas for the surgery due to its unavailability in Canada. Great point, Kat. He loves diapers, but was worried about incontinence. Oh my god. God. So I think this is just going to be rehashing what we kind of know about KS. Let's see if there's anything in here. Redux has now learned that KS celebrated the result on a Reddit board dedicated to bigenital people, revealing his social media handles and providing insight into the man behind the lawsuit. So there he is. Oh my god. Yeah, and these are supposed to be our trans sisters in arms. Thank you, Tori. Great comment. So on Reddit, KS bigenital. I know. On Reddit, KS describes himself as a non-binary disability advocate and stated he may go offline at times due to suffering with bipolar disorder, as well as documenting his pursuit to obtain both a penis and a vagina. KS also regularly posts about his mental health issues and sexual fetishes. Yeah, real feminists support this woman. God. Stunning and brave. In one post, KS asked the asexual community whether his lack of sex drive could be a result of depression and bipolar disorder. Like, what if I felt better about myself? What if I wasn't depressed 24/7? What would that be there? Is it because it's muted? I have no idea. I have no way to know. I just struggle with these thoughts all the time. I've been depressed almost every single day since I was like 5 years old. That's sad, but this surgery isn't the cure. In another post, he asks if his sexual dysfunction could be a side effect of bipolar or the medication he's on. speculated about being schizophrenic. Ugh, diapers, God. As well as identifying as non-binary, KS also identifies as a transgender baby and a little who is attracted to diapers. In one post, he reveals that his bedroom is fashioned to look like that of an 8-year-old girl and that he experiences spells where he is obsessed with incontinence. Ray, I am certain none of us want to see his search history. Approximately 4 years ago, KS proposed a suggestive moral conundrum asking whether it would be ethical to seek government assistance after becoming voluntarily incontinent to the point of no longer being able to work. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Silence of the Lambs vibes. Yes. Yeah, this oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Um oh my God. Like I think we don't need to read all of this because like you can read it for yourselves on the screen. My God. Uh, right. Genuinely wonder if this is a modern affliction. Would cavemen have fetishes like this? Yeah, it's certainly modern. Of course. Yeah. No. Ugh. Um, okay. Yeah. So apparently this person is a crazy gross fetishist with like genuinely gross fetishes. Um, anyway, he won his court case, so this man will be having surgery to oh God. Anyway. So that's that. That's what's going on in Canada right now in Ontario. That's way on the other side of the country from me, but we have our own craziness going on here in Alberta. So crazy. Um, I don't really even know what to say about all of that. It is wild. What a day to be able to read, honestly. Um, thanks, Ricky. Hello. A big win for trans rights. Yeah. Um, I'm sorry, but you came here on your own accord. Ugh. So, yeah, like I said earlier, like I feel like because this court case won, like I feel like we're not very far away at all from like people removing their limbs because they feel that they're not bipedal. They should be what? Unipedal? Good lord. Um yeah, I don't really even know what to say. Ray, that would make you braver than any US Marine. Oh, um, hi, Greenie. I would like to unlearn how to read. I know. I know. I know. I didn't have anything else to talk about tonight, just that. So like I'm happy to sit and chill for a bit. But oh, existential gamer. I feel like, yeah, identify as a cyclops. Why should I be forced into an ocular binary? Well, I feel like probably there's gonna be with this decision being made, there's going to be room for these kinds of decisions to have your eyeball removed or something. Uh, oh my God. Oh my God. Anyway, how was everyone's day? Good grief. Um, I probably won't stream for too long because, like I said, I don't really have much else to talk about. Unless any of the Islanders want to join and chat, I'm happy to have anyone. Um, But that was just a wild headline I saw today, and I was like, I have got to tell everyone about this because if I have to see it, so do you. Nessa, thank you. That is so funny. It's like the feminist version of Law and Order TVU. Thank you. That is really funny. Um, the Sisterhood of Suffering Together. Literally, hi, expired milk. Hi, Sophia. Um, well, you came here on your own free will. You saw what the headline was. Yeah, so let's see. What else is new? Nothing. Um, I I have been really enjoying, like, Lisa and I have been streaming like on a consistent basis again, which is always really nice. Um, and I've really been enjoying that. Obviously, all of the women who come to our chats are so freaking awesome, and I enjoy. Oh, highly. I enjoy so much doing these streams, and yeah, it's just so fun. And I've been enjoying that we've been consistent with it. I actually have some plans for upcoming streams. I want to do I posted a couple weeks ago about like a Q&A, like tell me what questions you have about anything, radical feminism, anything. And then hopefully we will get to discuss those on a live stream. Um, then bowling. And then I have another one that I really want to do that I've kind of been working on is it's going to be like a very super basic like intro to radical feminism. Like these are the basic pillars of radical feminism. This is what they mean. This is what we believe. So I really want to do that because I think it would be just like a really nice, like everybody who comes to these is obviously well educated on radical feminism, but it would be nice to have just on my channel that anyone could access at any time. Um, let's see. And then Lisa always has stuff in the New York Times to share with us. So I'm happy to join her when we do that. And I think it would be nice to do some 4B content because it is quite topical at the moment. It seems that a lot of people are talking about that. So that would be good. Be a rad femme missionary. Yeah. Lisa is so cool. She's like one of the coolest people I know. And then I always want to have Rusty back on my channel sometime soon, but she just started a job recently, so her free time is less than it used to be, and we have an insane time gap between Canada and Australia, so it's hard to find time that works for both of us, but I'll get her back on soon. Um, that is so cute. Thank you. Thanks, Nessa. I agree. Everyone who comments on videos, comments in the live chat, um, always has such wonderful and insightful things to say. Oftentimes when we are streaming, I'll see a comment in the chat and I'll be like, wow, like I never thought of that before, or I had never thought of it that way, or whatever. So I think it's so wonderful that there's these little spaces for women to connect. Who is Rusty? Rusty is a very good friend of mine. She is the creator of the webcomic Leasebound. She writes it, she draws it, she produces it all. She's a one-woman show. And she's a very good friend of mine. We've been friends for 9 years probably. And she's always a riot when she comes on the channel. So yeah, she's great. Thanks, Camille. I'm enjoying it too. Yeah. Rusty is iconic. Yeah, she is one of the funniest people I know. She's a wonderful friend of mine. Um, I have been a radical feminist for about 10 and a half years. It'll be 11 years in September. I have a video on my channel about my 10-year anniversary of being a radical feminist and how I came to it. But uh, this kind of, so originally this evening, I was going to stream about something entirely different. I had a plan, kind of. And then I saw this article and I was like, oh no, actually, I want to talk about that. But the chat has kind of led us to this original topic I had in mind. So Carla says ours are the only streams she watches. Thank you. So it led me to a topic I was kind of going to talk about, and I was going to talk about like the importance and wonderfulness of female friendships, um, because like people who know me in real life know how very heavily I value and how seriously I take my friendships. Um, and I think like it's so important to foster your relationships with other women in your life. And that is a an easy way to practice some semblance of separatism in your own life. Lisa, thank you. Um, it's just, yeah, the more you focus on women in your life, the more you develop strong relationships with the women in your life, the better your life becomes. Having real sisterhood and real deep, intimate friendship is so important. And I say intimate, and people often think I mean like romantic or sexually, but I don't. I mean emotionally, in a bonding kind of way where you can be vulnerable with your female friends. You can be emotional with them. You can talk about difficult things. Uh, like, like, um, when I think about like my friend T, who has been on my channel a few times too, she and I can literally tell each other anything. We have had some of the most intense and scary conversations with each other. We have had extremely vulnerable and emotional conversations with each other, really TMI conversations with each other. Like it is, and when you do foster a relationship like that and you can have those experiences with a friend, like the connection and solid, like, yeah, emotional intimacy you can have with your friends is incredibly important and it is extremely fulfilling. You can have your emotional needs met in that way. Uh, and focusing your energy onto female friends instead of males, friends, or partners, or whatever, it's only going to benefit yourself. Um, I, yeah, friendship is magic, honestly. I am so lucky. I have incredible friends. Um, Rusty and Lisa and T and um Lisa, don't message me on Discord. I'm trying to talk. um yeah, no, I have incredible friendships. I'm so lucky. And there's another friend of mine who I joke is one of my Rusties because I have three friends who are named Rusty. Um, I really would love for her to come on the channel sometime because she is so smart and she has so many wonderful things to say, but she's very, very shy and nervous about talking in front of people. Um, but yeah, so okay, so yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about female friendships and the importance of that, but also like so I've had an experience. Let me back up. I started this by saying like people who know me know that I take my friendships extremely seriously. They are very important to me, and I put real effort into maintaining that emotional intimacy that I have with my friends. Okay. Um, and I guess had past tense, a friend who I had known. Um, we met in radical feminist circles. So she's also Canadian, but lives on the other side of the country. So we never met in person, but we would talk on the phone a lot, and we would talk online a lot. And like we were really good friends. And then she ghosted me. Like just we had plans for when she got back from her vacation, and then she never spoke to me again. She went on vacation where she wasn't going to have phone service. So I was like, okay, cool. We'll talk when you get back. And she just never spoke to me again. And that was about, well, this summer will be 2 years. So it's been like 1 and 3/4 years. Um, and I, I tried to check in and be like when I hadn't heard from her, I was like, hey, like, how was your vacation? And she never replied. And then, I gave it another like few weeks and I checked in and I was like, hey, like, just checking in. Like, are you alive? And she never ever replied. And then I tried one more time to tell her that I was going to be in the area in which she lived in Canada and would she like to meet up? and she never replied. So like I gave up trying to connect with her. But I know she's alive and well because she is very, very active on radical feminist Twitter. And I don't know, like, I don't know what happened. And as somebody who takes my friendships very seriously and values my friendships very seriously, it was really, really hard for me to accept that for whatever reason unknown to me, despite the plans that we had, that she just up and ghosted and never spoke to me ever again. Um, and I'm not like, whatever. Her life went the way it went, and she made that decision for whatever reason. I don't know the reason, but you know, you can't change people. But um, what was the point of this? The point is that like, um, I'm not really sure what the point is. The point is that as somebody who, yeah, takes my friendships very seriously and values my friendships very deeply, it's been hard for me to see her super active in radical feminist Twitter because I want to reply like to her because I think she's a brilliant, smart, wonderful, well spoken, very smart feminist. Um, and so I always want to reply to her because she's always in my For You feed on Twitter. And I always want to reply because she's so smart and funny and amazing. I still think that, like, even though she completely just ghosted me completely, I still think that she's very smart and funny and amazing and a wonderful feminist. And I always want to like reply, but I'm like, oh, she ghosted me, so I don't think I should. But um, yeah, so the I guess the difficult side of things is that when you do take and value your friendships so seriously, you can get burned, I guess. But I don't actually hold any like ill will. I'm sad that this happened, but I still think she's brilliant. Um, Good night, Ray. Hi, Michelle. Yeah, friendship breakups are tough, and it wasn't even really a breakup. I just got ghosted. Um, and yeah, but on the flip side of all of this, then you get to when something like this happens, you get to see the value in the friendships that you continue to foster and maintain. Um, like I said, I'm super blessed to have Lisa and Rusty and T and my other Rusties. Um, uh, I know, I know, I know. Um, Well, okay, so let's talk about this, Carla. I'm feeling guilty because I absolutely am the ghoster when it comes to friendship. I think, and Sophia says she's ghosted people, not proud of it, mainly circumstantial. Yeah. Um, I think, yeah, I mean, there's been women in the chat tonight who have said things like, oh, I wish I had better female friends or whatever. And it's like, you can though, like you have to put in a lot of effort to maintain that, especially as adults, because it's easy when you're a teenager and you're in school and you see these people every day and whatever. But as an adult, you really do have to put effort and intention into your friendships. It is easy to just like not connect. It is easy to just like ignore a text or whatever. But if you really value people, fostering those connections is very important. And for me, yeah, um, it's been super important to foster and value those connections. Um, yeah, I'm just lucky, very lucky. But it's not only luck, like I said, it is deliberate fostering those relationships. Yes, Nana says, I put a lot of effort into maintaining my female friendships. It's hard because I'm on the other side of the world in a totally different time zone. Yes, I agree. And that's the thing is like my closest friends, my very closest friends don't live in my time zone. Like T and I have been best friends for over 10 years. She lives in Vancouver. Rusty's in Australia. Lisa's in Connecticut. The other Rusty is in Virginia. Like, um, but yeah, I really put in the time and effort to keep those relationships. And It's just so rewarding. Like, I just can't say enough how special it is to have very close female friends, because a boyfriend or a man or a husband or whatever is never going to get you the way your female friends will. And um, yeah, there's nothing like the bond of sisterhood, honestly. It's really important. And um, and it's good feminist behavior to wrap that up into feminism. I think I have a low social battery too, but that's why I also do put a lot of effort into, like, if I'm not going to be like physically social with friends, like I put a lot of effort into making sure I text regularly and I connect. Yeah. Ooh, that's creepy, Miku. Having to ghost male friends. Yeah, I don't blame you for that at all. I don't blame you. Anyway, that was just a little ramble about that. But I have the best friends in the world. I'm very lucky and I'm very grateful. So, yeah. Let's see. I'm just going to look at some of the chats here. Expired Milk says, I was told by a friend once that I understand her much more than her boyfriend, and I was just wondering, then why are you with him? I mean, honestly, what does he provide to your life? Enlightened female, that's really sad that ghosted during health struggles. Yeah, that is, that's awful. Um, I went through something kind of like that as a teenager. Um, as a teenager, like before I came out, so when I was like 14, I was struggling with coming out and like my identity and stuff. And um, I had a friend who, yeah, like friendship broke up with me because of my struggles, which sucked. But I mean, that was forever ago. That was like, I don't know, 22 years ago. Wow, I'm old. Julie says, I'm old enough to be eaten by my cats, so I need to reach out just so someone knows I'm alive. Please do reach out. That is funny. Yeah, ghosting men is necessary because anything less than blocking them entirely is leading them on. Ghosting men is different because they're not people. Yep, too true. Ugh. I was thinking, I saw some lately, I've just seen like some screenshots of various Reddit posts or tweets by unhinged trans identified males. And I thought it might be funny to do like, do you gals know, what's her name? Mary something Delvey or Delevy. I don't know how to say it, but she's on Twitter and she does a series that's called Listen to Trans People. And she just reads unhinged Reddit posts from like r/MTF. And it's insane and disturbing, but I've seen some screenshots and stuff lately that I thought it might be funny to do a stream of unhinged r/MTF posts and laugh. Yeah, Mary is so funny. Her videos are so good. Yeah, her series is just called Listen to Trans People, and she reads their own words back to them, and it's unhinged and horrible. Yeah. Well, the Ontario government sure listened to trans people recently, didn't they, with this whole surgery? Um, I can't believe, yeah, unhinged, unhinged. Hi, Gravity. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm probably going to wrap up pretty quickly here, because I just wanted to share that article, and I didn't really have anything else in mind. And also, it's weird talking by myself. I mean, not without another actual voice here. Um, so yeah. Uh, Okay, well, yes, hello to everyone who like just popped in, but also goodbye because I I think I will wind this down and just call this a quick little one for the evening. And yeah, Lisa, I'm sure is streaming on Friday morning slash afternoon. I think usually it's 11 a.m. No, wait, 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time. Um, so subscribe to Lisa's channel so that you can catch that. Um, yeah, have a great week. I hope the weather is nice where you are and you can get outside and enjoy it. Um, the island is just a Discord server with me and Lisa and some pals. Um, well, Lisa doesn't have a topic for this week either. Often, I'm not speaking for you, Lisa, but often Lisa will post on her community tab. She'll do like a poll of what do you guys want to talk about on Friday. So keep an eye out for that. Um, and yeah, no, the island is not our server. We don't own it. We're just members of it. So yeah, it's not ours. Um, yeah, server we're on managed by someone else. That's right. Thank you, Nessa, for joining. Thank you, Existential Gamer, Irradiated Woman, Lisa, Tori, Carla, Gravity, Enlightened Female, Lavender, Sophia, Nena, all of the guys. Um, Thanks for joining me. I hope you don't have any crazy nightmares tonight from the topic. And that's that. Okay, bye. Bye, bye, bye.